Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live? We'll do it live?
Fuck it.
That's hard.
We'll do it live.
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 Fuck it.
Do that.
Cool.
You gotta speak up.
I heard her.
These are good mics, and you gotta speak up.
Sorry.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right. So this is Stumbling Down History Road. I am Jackson,
I'm the real Randy Chavez.
Jackie.
D.
the statistician, some guy from YouTube. Two fucks from YouTube. And today we're going to be going over the history of Pokemon, or as much of it as we can cover.
Because that would take about 10 hours, and I only got about 90 minutes left. Can tell over there, they got
No, they
a
can't.
Pokeball tattoo.
They can't see you.
And okay.
You're invisible.
And and I got that in 2014 because I love it so much. So I think we all started probably on one Saturday morning at we turned on WB because it's channel 11. You didn't need cable for it,
Nope.
and we saw Pokemon. I mean, that's,
Nope.
no, that's not how you started.
Video game.
Which one?
Red.
Okay, nice. Why'd you get it if you didn't know what it was?
Because that came out before the anime and the manga.
And oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, so that came out in? No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No.
In Japan.
Oh, in Japan it probably did, but
He's going back to the first
it
thing
didn't-
of Pokemon. He's going to history here.
oh, okay. I thought you were
He's
talking
being
about
pedantic now to fuck with you a little
Well, no,
bit.
that's all right. We can go over a little bit of like how we all got into it. Also,
because
we
like
can move forward.
because like the cards are some
There
cards
sure
came out in like
are cards.
96.
Cool
Yeah,
up, man.
I don't want to be like fucking like slobbing on this knob, you know. That's for the ASMR peeps in here.
There's no ASMR peeps in here.
You sure?
No. We have like 40 views. Usually because you don't plug us enough.
One of them is bound to be an ASMR dude or a chick.
You should start plugging us more.
I'll
plug you.
I'll start plugging you more.
Plug me.
Don't unplug me. Oh, just shut me down. Sorry.
Speaking of plugs, Rule 34.
Oh, okay.
Porn stories. So we're going to go over a porn story real fast,
So, yeah.
evolving, because everybody's been on the internet at least once.
Well-
I mean, how are you watching this?
Why this came up is because
You missed it. It was off camera.
Well, I think I'm trying to remember
was
how
no
it came
off-camera.
up. It was.
Oh,
just
yeah, that's true.
talking about. I asked if I can curse. Like, oh yeah, we could do everything. So I'm like, okay, dirty stories about Pokemon, and the only thing I'm remembering is just these memes of Pokemon at the daycare and like a Ditto with a mischievous look on its face about to take Eevee from
Look,
behind.
we've all seen Lupani. We've all seen Gardevoir. All right? They know what they were doing.
So, yeah, it was in. I forget what it was, but there's a subreddit called Tip of My Dick, where if you don't remember the name of the porn or the exact video link, you describe it, and some people are so accurate. They're like walking thesauruses of porn because they're like, oh yeah, this one brunette was like giving a blowjob and like a finger went in her butt. And it's like, that is so generic. And then someone's like, is this it? Oh yeah, that's it. Thanks. Like, I have zero idea how they find it, but anyway, it was about an alien invasion, and not like a good one. Not like it was like CGI or whatever. It was this dude that came down into a room after this girl was like kind of going at herself, and he was in this like puff alien piece, like Mark from Fairly Odd Parents. That's kind of what he looked like. And then she's like, "What do you want, Mr. Alien?" And like his like tentacles are floating, and he's just like, "Your ass." And then he like hobbles over to her, and it cuts to the next scene, and he's porking her up the butt, and and she's like, "Oh, anything for galactic peace."
And that, nah, yeah.
Oh, wow, that was a thing.
What?
the helium thing that you put on over there. But I that went like super. What's Mufasa's name? The voice actor for Mufasa. Or
James Earl
James Earl
Jones.
Jones. That
Yeah.
went like
Vader?
times 10. Yeah, Vader times 10.
I got a new thing to play with. I'm learning.
Nice. So yeah, that was the porn story. Round of applause.
Just for you, baby.
Thanks.
And the audience.
And the others.
But, yeah.
Okay, so that's how I got into Pokemon the one Saturday morning, and then it evolved
Into Rule 34.
into Rule 34.
Somehow we're back to. Sorry.
Yeah, how did you get started? Statistician, producer, director, whatever the fuck we call you this day. Person behind the mic. Number 3.
Well, like he said, just one Saturday morning, turned on the TV, and it happened to be the episode where Ash meets. Why can I never remember his name?
Brock.
Bill.
Oh, Bill.
And
Professor Bill.
It was the scene where
Trainer
there's
Bill.
the giant Dragonite in the fog, and I'm just like, what is this? I need to see more of this.
Oh yeah, they fucking hyped the shit out of that giant Dragonite and then never delivered with it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
The biggest
Yeah.
Pokemon ever, and then it's just like, it's a Dragonite. And they're like, is it? Nah, fuck
it's
off.
not really that big.
I think they implied it was the giant floats from that one weird off-canon episode where they had giant Pokemon in the theme park.
That was
Yeah.
dope. That's one of my favorite. Like, there's like a 2 or 3 episode like.
Phil
Park.
Bye
Butterfree.
Oh God, no,
Bye,
that,
Butterfree.
that was
No,
horrible.
I know. Pokemon makes you feel sometimes.
Yeah, and that was like a very early episode too to get us right in the feels. Yeah.
And then
They-
Bye Bye Pikachu.
Oh, they do that so many times. Like when Team Rocket has to say goodbye to Weezing and Arbok, and then they do the same thing with, like 3 seasons later.
Charizard, bye-bye.
Oh God.
Although he was kind of a dick.
At first, but then
Charizard?
Yeah, but then the Johto, like in the Orange Islands, he was just fucking clapping people. He was
He just, whenever I need a fucking ringer, I'm gonna call up Professor Oak, and he's gonna send me my Charizard.
And then he took a nap.
Which I don't understand, because in the game, once they're past a certain level, if you brought them that level, you can control them. If they trade for it, you can't control them once they're if they're not past a certain level if you don't have the badge. Which would make sense for me if he didn't train Charmander up to Charizard.
I think it.
Technically, he was a trade though because he was somebody else's Charmander
That's
first.
true. That's a good point.
True.
But then why wasn't he obeying him from the beginning? And then he ended up being able to train him up.
Well, he was a dick even as Charmeleon.
Yeah, it was.
Ish.
But he also didn't. He was Charmeleon for like 2 episodes. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and then he was just like,
Why was he the only starter that evolved for Ash anyway?
They usually only do 1 per season.
Yeah.
Like you had Bayleaf.
He got all 3 the first season, and Pikachu.
No,
No, I mean,
Evolve-
the-
evolution.
One evolution. Yeah.
Oh.
One,
Yeah. Follow the camera.
Nope.
But yeah. So, what do you know about the TCG since you mentioned that?
Oh, okay. So there is. Well, I guess if we start back when the founder.
He's done some Pokemon TCG stuff.
Oh yeah, like a lot, hardcore. I've had videos about it. Go subscribe.
Don't. Not until he plugs
sponsored.
us. Not sponsored. We are not sponsored. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Not
I
sponsored.
did not fart. That was the can.
Not sponsored.
So the.
We say that a lot too.
I
we say
have
not
this
sponsored. Are
theory-
you not sponsored? We're not sponsored.
I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored
We're
by
not
anybody.
sponsored.
I'm almost sure that the creator of Pokemon is actually autistic.
Oh yeah, I've heard this theory too.
Because he had this dream when he was like younger, where he used to collect bugs, and he used to have one. he used to have one. He used to imagine one bug going across another bug, going across a link cable to somebody else and like trading with them, and that's how he envisioned Pokemon, and that's why in the first games you see like the Pokemon that look pretty small, look similar to bugs.
Yeah.
They go
That
across.
makes sense.
The cards are
Well, bug collecting is like a thing in Japan anyway. It's a cultural thing for kids. It's been around forever.
Yeah, so I mean, Pokemon is
Basically
pocket
just-
monsters. For those who want to get into the whole fucking original name about it, pocket monsters. It kind of just started. Yeah, kind of just started based off of like, hey, let's kind of like collectivize upon this cute little TCG, cute little fucking nonsense, and Game Freak was like, all right, yeah, cool. What's popular? Bug collecting and all sorts of cute little animals and Japanese mythos, because obviously Japan. And it's like, hey, everybody wants to do this. What are you doing?
I'm looking at this card that is from. All right, this is from '97. So most of the cards that we know, this is one I have for sale on eBay, but most of the cards that we know are from first edition base set. That's from
You
1999.
want to show him real fast?
Yeah. So this one is.
He
is
loves
a,
the Arcanine.
This is a Growlithe from '97. These are the Cardass cards. No, these are the Cardass cards. And
Adorable.
Pocket Monster.
yeah, so
If you notice.
it says Pocket Monsters on it, and then there's other cards like this isn't. I think this is a promo and it's embossed, but this is from '99. But Arcanine is named Windy in Japanese. Windy.
Hey, that guy would like that.
Windy.
How much you want for that? $5? I'll give you $5.
No, it's a graded PSA 9, and there's not a ton of them.
So, like 10?
I'd let it go for 175. I have it on here for 250, but I would,
175?
Yeah. Cards can go for.
and then I'll give it back to you.
lot.
Oh, I don't know if you're.
I don't know.
Okay, I would have. But yeah, so there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
we should
of
mention, we've all known each other forever.
long times.
Yeah. Well, mostly all of us have known each other forever. This is like newish.
Newish. Yeah. Yeah, we just met tonight, so.
We've
Yeah.
met a few times in the past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think you enough.
Well, whatever.
So there were a couple of cards that came out before what everyone knows as base set, and
Those go for money.
yeah, those definitely go for money. But what most people don't know about the cards is they think a lot of them are money, and most of them are English ones. But the most expensive cards are
Pikachu
Japanese.
Illustrator.
Yeah, they're Japanese cards, and they were all given out for free.
Yep.
So they have the Illustrator,
cards.
the Pikachu trophy cards, or the Trophy Kangaskhan that I had, or
The Illustrator Pikachu. That's another huge one.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. That's
Yeah.
There's some football player that
Who's
just,
the one I had to punch Jake Paul to get from around his neck?
Oh, Logan
Oh,
Paul's.
yeah. I constantly call out Jake Paul, Logan Paul, other people. I do that too. I want to fight him.
Zuckerberg now.
Fucking fight me. Square up. Let's go.
Logan just had a video that just said I'm done fighting. I don't know if it was clickbait or
That's
not.
neat. I'm going to fuck him up.
I mean, what's his name?
I'm bigger than him. Andrew
Jake-
Tate. I'm going to fuck him up too.
Jake Paul is gonna fight it. Well, Andrew Tate's not like this YouTube celebrity guy. Like he's an actual like fighter.
Cool. I'm going to fuck him up.
Like, like he's actually someone that. I mean, he hasn't fought in like years, but
I'm still fight him.
I guess I would if I had the choice opportunity. I would. Knowing that I would probably lose like very badly.
It's okay. I'm going to fight him. And then I'm going to square up and take the rest of the money. Susan, I'm going to leave you alone because you scare me. Although Elon Musk, give us money and we won't fight you.
Oh, Daddy Elon. Can,
Mr.
Or
Mr. Beast.
If you want to fight, give us money and we'll fight you.
yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, I know Zuckerberg's looking for a reason to kill somebody. Come on, Zuckerberg. You could try, but you're not going to take
This is
me.
supposed to be about Pokemon. How can we relate this? How can we relate this?
We take
They have
small,
all
cute animals
probably
and fight
played
them to the death.
Pokemon.
Or we can use any money we get from them to buy Pokemon merch.
They've all
yeah.
probably played Pokemon, and Logan Paul / Jake Paul. They're two of the main reasons why Pokemon TCG started to get a resurgence in the past couple of years.
Blew up when they when he started getting in. That was great.
Too late. Start. Get into it. Go.
So
Now.
what
Words.
in 2018 I
Talk.
had a.
Why aren't you talking?
I'm trying.
Please speak.
I had.
I'm gonna keep doing this until
I
you
had
talk.
two things.
Oh, he does this all the time.
One
It's his
was
thing.
a liver issue and that's what first started it. The liver issue was in February. I went to my friend's retirement party.
You
and,
were in
like,
the military.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So a buddy of mine was retiring, and I survived the party, but my liver was not doing okay. And like this one cheap little drink at like the next thing just threw it into overdrive. And I wake up
Like that fucking episode of American Dad.
maybe
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but
Yeah, seriously, like that.
so I
Jesus
wake up
Christ,
like in the
right?
hospital and
One too many.
I go.
He's not telling the story.
I was like, you know what I'm gonna do?
You should tell the story.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna collect all the Pokemon cards I had when I was a kid, but I want them like first edition, grade a PSA 10, the best of the best, because at this point I was making a little money. So I was like, heck everyone else, I'm just gonna corner this market. There's a bunch of fucking nerds in this Pokemon. They're not gonna know what's gonna fucking hit them. So I go in and I just start buying slow first
It's a
edition.
good story.
Pidgeys, and then Rattatas, and then Charmeleon, like just the ones that I had when I was
Shadowless
younger.
Pikachu.
Yeah, well, it was first edition, but yeah, Shadowless. And there's two. There's a red cheeks and a yellow cheek, so I had to get both. And
Fucking cards.
then I realized, okay, after
That's what
I
I got
get
it on.
some of the Ash's original team and the ones that I had, I go on which ones that I really loved, but I couldn't really get, and that was the Gym Challenge cards. So Gym Challenge, there was usually what makes a set popular generally is Charizard, and so I had
True story.
it had a Blaine's Charizard in it, and the theory goes is that all the gym leaders actually have all these amazing Pokemon, but the reason why you don't see them in the games is because you don't have enough badges to see their final team. Like Brock could be the 8th gym leader, and he could have like a Golem, and he could have like a Rhydon.
Now hold on.
Meow.
There was a game that actually ended up doing something like that, right?
Was it a hack game?
No. Towards the end, after you beat the game, it was I think X and Y or Sword and Shield, something like that, where you got their full laid out team. They're all like elite. They're all like elite 4 level type shits,
Oh, it was probably recent.
right? Because you played. You're a video game person for this.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one it was. I believe they did that.
Sun and Shield.
I believe that was Sword and Shield.
They started it with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where after you beat
Yes.
Red,
You can
then the Elite Four turns into like this.
free for all. Yeah.
Yeah, it went from level 50 to like all level 70s, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I wasn't expecting this at all. But yeah, I guess they did that. You said in
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, with Sword and
I haven't
Shield,
played a Pokemon game entirely through since fucking, I want to say Silver.
it was basically they
Good old Crystal. I miss
brought
Crystal.
in all like any of the gym leaders that you had fought, and they would shuffle who was fighting, and you would get to see a
Like
lot
level
stronger
80s and shit.
teams than
Yeah.
you originally did.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah, one of them brought it back. I was like, yo,
Nice.
we're gonna fuck you up.
And then they redesigned Misty, and she looks not very good.
Oh, that's sad.
Rule 34.
I still love her. I still love Misty. So I go and collect Blaine's Charizard because in Pokemon Snap in the you
We're back
thro-
on cards.
Yeah, you take a Pester Ball and you throw it at Charmeleon, and Charmeleon gets knocked into a volcano. And then he evolves into Charizard. And I remember I took a picture of it, and you could like save things to your album. So I did, and I put like, and I was like 7 years old. I put in like the on like the notes underneath. It's like I love you, and it sounds so like sad and pathetic now, but I swear it was like cute. So and the picture that I got of him breathing fire looks exactly like the Blaine's Charizard artwork.
Yeah,
Vintage Ken Sugimori artwork. So I was like, oh, so I bought a fuck ton of those. I bought like 7 of them, and at the time they were like $600-700, and my friend's like, you're fucking retarded. Like this is why you don't have a girlfriend. This is why I fucking want these, okay? And what I noticed, this is where like the autism kicks in.
Have you noticed that you still don't have a girlfriend?
I had one for a year and a half. Thank you very much. And then probably I'll get into the reasons why, but
You don't have to. It's fine. We don't care. We're here to talk about the history of Pokemon, and you're making this about you.
Okay, all right. So I'll get past this. I noticed in the cards that the first edition PSA 10s for the hollows would sell for about 5 to 8 times what the PSA 9s were selling for.
Yep.
So if there was anything that was selling for like 20x the 9, I was like, okay, well I know the 9s are undervalued. Or if the PSA 10 and 9 were about even, or if it was only 1.5 times that, I knew the 10 was undervalued, so I'd buy the fuck ton out of that. I would wait like maybe 3 weeks, and then things would correct and balance themselves out. So I was just constantly flipping, and I was constantly going through eBay sales data. And what normally happened is people would go to when they got into collecting in 2020, when everyone had that government money, they would go and they would spend
Big Daddy Warbucks.
Big Daddy Warbucks. So they'd spend money on originally what they liked, and then after a couple months, it would flow into into trophy cards. So when Logan Paul is all like, yeah, Pokemon, and I noticed all the base set cards and all the first edition hollows, they did like a 10x, like a 12x, and trophy cards didn't move at all. So I made this bid. I paid the record price of $80,000 for this Trophy Kangaskhan PSA 10. And then less than 1 year later, I flipped it for $279. So that was my claim to fame with Pokemon. That's partly I wouldn't have gotten that had I not spent 30,000 hours on doing all Pokemon things prior. whether it's like the music, like what's most emotional for you guys with Pokemon? Is it the music when you hear it? Is it the artwork that brings you back?
That is a good question. I think it's hard to get over the
That initial 90s feel of it, like the old school like commercials and stuff.
yeah. It's hard to get over that. I
Weird
mean, the
plastic
bus Pokemon
Yeah, that commercial.
Yep. You remember that?
Yeah, that was for Gold and Silver, right? The ads?
No.
That wasn't?
No.
I could have sworn
That
I
was
saw
from the
like a
original
Totodile.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Could have sworn I saw a Totodile on that.
No.
The one where the guy squishes the bus down. No,
And
that
turns
was,
it into a Game Boy.
Yeah, that was for.
No, I.
Red, blue.
Oh,
Maybe
alright.
yellow. Because that came out a little bit yellow. After.
I do remember the Pikachu there.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the games and the history of the games and the sets and when they came out and things like that. Since, that's how most people get attached to it. That's how most people start. That or the anime. The manga, nobody really fucking reads unless you're in Japan.
The manga's really
Yeah,
big.
dude,
in
manga's
Japan.
so good.
Yeah.
And
But
violent
Have you,
too.
read, have you read it?
like I said, nobody really reads it unless they're in Japan.
It's so good.
I
Hey, have you read
started-
it?
No, I have some of the
Okay.
books, the English books, but it's
Proof is in the
basically
pudding.
just off of the anime.
I
It's
got
not
to
the
like
actual
chapter
manga
70 and then I
Proof is in the pudding.
It's the Pokemon Adventures manga.
Wait. I have a question. Favorite Pokemon? Go.
Arcanine.
Medkit.
I have 4. So I'm just gonna say Mew because I don't want to choose because he already said Arcanine. He's kind of one of them, so I'll say Mew. Yeah.
Loser. You can't narrow it down. 4.
Well, yeah, because I really like Charizard. He's Bay, and then Moltres is so misunderstood, and Moltres gets like
Of the
his shit
birds,
kicked in.
of the birds, Zapdos. Zapdos is the best.
Is that yes? Zapdos is the most likely. Well, I don't know. Articuno
the
could.
best.
I think Zapdos is probably faster. He'd probably go.
The fastest, has the best special attack.
Yeah,
Zapdos is the best bird.
yeah. Special was only back in the
And he
game.
has the best typing.
Special was the only. It was just special. There was no
Flying
special attack or
electric?
special defense back in the first generation.
First and second.
Oh, it was,
Sorry,
no,
no, just first.
yeah,
and
it's
then after that, it ended up doing that. But yeah, let's talk about some games and how that gets into play. But I have a few as well. So.
Oh yeah, games are so
But-
broken.
But it used to be Gengar and Mewtwo and all sorts of funness. There's a lot that I really like. I'll just say Gengar though. He's still kind of like the punk,
I love that episode where Ash gets his shit kicked in by Sabrina, and he has to go to Lavender Town to get a ghost type Pokemon.
Oh, and the Haunter.
Yeah. And Haunter, Ghastly, and Gengar just like messing
Oh,
with
that
him the whole
old
time.
Lavender Town theory where the music makes you go crazy.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I like how that's like it was like, oh, the music will make you go crazy, but the anime legitimately caused seizures by accident.
Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about that episode. It never aired.
It's true. It's true.
It never happened.
Just like the one where the Ash gets the gun pulled on him, James's giant
James's
tits.
tits.
Of course, those never aired in America.
That did error.
They just kind
Error.
of censored it a little bit.
Yeah, it was Pokemon's like lost episode. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, what's this gonna be? And then it was trash. I was like, oh, this was not.
Yeah, it's nothing.
This is hyped
Except
up.
the Porygon one.
Yeah, that
Seizures.
did not air. That was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the seizures.
Yeah, what's a little, seizure?
What's a little seizure?
It's like 200 kids almost died.
What's a little seizure?
The
That's one of the major controversies.
That
Another
literally
one.
almost shut the entire franchise down.
That's one of the major controversies. Another one. PETA. PETA hates
Have
Pokemon.
you seen their turkey shit from
And-
this year?
And
The juicy turkey.
the churches, because it's like satanic and shit.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that were homeschooled that were not allowed to play Pokemon. They weren't
Yeah.
allowed to read Harry
Oh, it was
Potter.
banned in
It was banned in 72 countries.
I am so like this is why some people shouldn't have kids. Like that's like I
It was
I don't even
banned
get it.
because the star rarity, and some of them were 6 stars. Like, oh, it's Jewish. Not even joking.
Then there was, some other random questionable things like Jinx.
Yeah, well, in the cards there were
A product of its time.
there was one in the Rocket set. There's a Grimer that's coming up from the sewer, and in the Japanese version, he's looking up a girl's skirt, and in the American version, his eyes are just like staring wherever,
Yeah.
not at that. There's a bunch of cards that were censored. Like you had the Sabrina's Gengar from Gym Heroes. It in the background had a bunch of crosses and a bunch of headstones.
Yep.
But in the American version, those were taken out. It's like, oh, I see what you did there.
Religion. Ugh.
I think there's some with like the Manji symbol taken out too, because it's the swastika.
Oh, that was in Cobra, one of Cobra's cards in the Gym Challenge. Yeah, it was taken out. So
But
strange.
we never got into the games.
Oh yeah.
So
So the
it started off with
Red and
red, green, and the,
red and green and
green, blue.
Bye guys.
no, because blue came actually the third game. It was red and green originally in Japan, I think, and then blue came out.
which was basically supposed to be the culmination of the two. And they started you off with Pikachu. It was like, hey, look, this is the way to get the thing. Thank you. With the stuff and the things and, all sorts of things. Then after that, they were like, hey, it would be great making more money. Let's move to a different region. And the different region ended up being, which one?
Oh, that was Johto.
There we go.
So in the first games,
That's gold and silver and crystal, and that moved on to because every game has its own like little sub themes with the legendaries and its own little nonsense with them, and they all represent a different country or a different city or a different town.
The
Something along those
provinces
lines.
of Japan originally, and then I think it became countries when it went to Galar, because that's when it started as like the UK, I think, technically. 'Cause I think Galar was supposed to start like that's international now, and it's
yeah, and
the
then
UK.
Kalos was France, I think. And
Yeah, I think Kalos is France. I want to say Palladia is Spain now.
Yeah, there's all sorts of
Pal-
silliness,
Paldea, whatever. I want to say that's Spain now because
and that's the
Yeah.
most recent one, right?
Yeah, that's Scarlet and Violet.
I haven't
for
played that yet.
anyone.
I pre-ordered both of them. I just haven't had time. We'll get it next month.
So yeah, we ended up going to gold, silver, crystal, the culmination of it, because each time they do a culmination, which is supposed to be a third story from not the main character's perspective. Oh, technically second story from not the main character's perspective, and gives you options on getting both of the legendaries, the box art legendaries typically, along with some other random thing.
well, that
didn't
started
they
from the
stop-
manga too, because in the manga there was the three protagonists: blue,
Green,
red, and
and-
red.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
No,
good.
No, they did stop that after they got to.
XY.
Well,
No,
no,
this-
that was the one that they didn't do it for. The first one that they did.
Because they're still doing the manga. The manga has its own story that still tracks with what's going on in the games, kind of, sort of, not really.
Manga's amazing.
Manga's not amazing.
It's so dope. It's so
It's not-
good.
It's not
Giov- like Giovanni has a kid. I think I want to say it's Silver.
He has a kid. Don't. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, no, that whole Ashes.
I
Like,
thought it was
Giovanni's
amazing.
son
Why aren't you
thing.
caught up?
Because
So like the
stuff to
manga.
do.
Okay, so the manga, by the way, the manga and the anime are two completely different kind of timelines.
They're not.
So, like the whole like Ash is Giovanni's son thing could be with the anime, because Ash doesn't exist in the manga verse, and Giovanni actually has a kid in the manga verse. I think is it Silver? I don't give a shit.
I know that he plays a big part in the first couple of books, because you have. Well, do you want to talk about the manga? Or you want to talk about the first gen, in the games?
I mean, we're
Well,
kind
we were
of
talking about the games, and then
Okay.
we kind of got sidetracked.
All right, so in the games, like
Alien
everyone's first iteration of Pokemon, most people, I happen to choose Bulbasaur,
Well,
just by random.
Charmander.
hold on.
Bulbasaur.
You say everybody's first iteration of the game.
Most people in America.
That's if you started with red and blue.
For the core audience that I
the
feel like
people
we
that
might.
started when Pokemon
I
started.
feel like our core audience would probably be actually Gold and Silver. And
Yeah, gold,
beyond.
silver, crystal.
Oh wow, okay.
And then we go ruby, sapphire.
Yeah,
emerald,
you're
and then after that,
you're
it's-
overestimating by saying red and blue with
To
our
be
fan
fair,
audience
he is
too, a
off.
bit.
Yeah, to be fair, he is also overestimating the word audience.
Well, I feel like
I
for
see
the
you all
Pokemon-
25 people. We have 25 subscribers right now. We're doing so good.
Do we get this bread?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I blame him. He doesn't plug us enough.
The first generation was
You need to
really
start plugging
broken.
us.
I will.
No, you're not doing it right now.
Well, I can't. I guess I can if you really want me to.
Yeah, go
I can
for
go
it.
live on YouTube on my channel.
Go live on your channel, on our channel.
So the
Channelception.
What happens if we webcam the webcam?
oh, probably just they view
Go
each
to our
other.
OnlyFans.
Oh.
Nobody wants to see me.
In that,
Nobody wants to see me.
I
Kind of
yes,
big, kind of fat.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're just a monkey.
so in like a monkey. In the there's so many different ways to play that first generation, where you could go speed, where you can get either a Dugtrio or a what is Meowth or a Persian, and every single time you use Slash, you'll get a critical hit because it'll be
It outspeeds.
yeah. Well,
That was a
critical hits go based on speed.
You know, I'll just take a
And then
level
Slash
2
had it
Rattata
upgraded.
with Endeavor.
It's a level 1.
Level 1 with
You're gonna use the
scarf.
pure tactic.
Yeah.
The scarf, Endeavor.
You don't need to do that. Endure.
Quick attack, Endure,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Endure.
You
Fuck
got
if I
Focus
remember.
Band or Focus Sash, whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
focus sash, and then you get them down to 1 HP, and then you
Quick
fucking
attack.
quick attack them.
Yeah. As it turns out, there's some silly techniques and silly things that you can do that are really viable in the video game.
Oh, dude, it's so broken.
But
Meta
let's talk
is
about,
fucking
because you already
weird.
started talking about a little bit of the stat. Let's talk about the stats.
Okay.
So
yeah.
what are the main stats?
You have
Not you.
Oh yeah, go.
We
Yeah.
have a fourth person for a reason.
Well, it started off with attack, defense, speed, HP, obviously. In later generations, they added on special attack and special defense.
Well, it was special initially, and then come later generations. By later generations, we mean Gen 2. It was special attack and special defense.
So elemental.
Yes, special attack and special defense deal with any elemental attacks that aren't physical.
So, that was up until Ruby and Sapphire, I believe, or Diamond and Pearl, where it was the element that it was associated with determined whether it was a physical or a special attack.
Does this not go off the pentagram of 5 different elements?
Well, that's why I said an elemental attack that isn't physical.
Yeah, and then later games they kind of were just like, all right, fuck it, he's punching you. That's physical.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's elemental, it's physical.
Yeah, like
Shit like
in the
that,
new-
which makes total sense when you have things without arms that can punch. The
yeah.
game makes no sense sometimes.
Yeah, like in the new gen, for example, I started with Sprigatito, and even though
That's a new starter Pokemon.
a good amount of its attacks
Sweet kitty.
actually are grass attacks, a lot of them are considered physical damage. So you run based off of its attack, not based off its special attack.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. Fun facts.
There were a lot of bugs where if you lowered someone's
There are a lot of
defense-
bug types.
If you lowered someone's defense, let's say
Are we going back to Gen 1?
Yeah, it's
Wait,
Gen
are we
1,
talking
yeah.
about like when you accidentally make Gandhi go
Taurus.
nuclear?
Taurus, ultimately fucking broken in Gen 1.
Taurus is really good because you have that same type of attack bonus for what I don't know, what did he have?
Takedown
Yeah, takedown.
And then you have Miltank just roll out.
and Hyper Beam.
Oh, Miltank
Yeah,
would
Hyper Beam
roll
was
out.
dope. So
Because
yeah,
Hyper Beam.
I love the meme of like Gyarados uses a level 100 Gyarados uses a hyper
Hyper
beam
Beam
on a level
100.
2 Pidgey, and it's just like Pidgey faked it. It's like
Yeah,
a fucking
nothing
nuclear
dies.
blast going off, and it's just like
Nothing dies. Not one thing dies.
Gary's Raticate dies.
You know, there's not a whole Pokemon cemetery for a reason.
Not one thing dies.
Gary's Raticate.
Yeah, Gary's Raticate dies.
The Cubone's mother.
Oh, Cubone's mother.
Cubone's mother.
So what you would do?
You mean the Kangaskhan?
Oh,
That's
that's,
not
good.
established. That's not true lore.
In the original game,
We have to establish some lore.
if you lowered some of the someone's defense, let's say 2 or 3 times, you know, a normal attack would do like 3x of damage. But if you got a critical hit, it would only do 1.5 times damage, even though a non-critical hit would have done so much more.
Good old bugs.
Yeah, so that's one of those things. What do you remember about badge powers?
Would have to go
You
back
have
to some
enough
of the older
badges, you
games.
train.
No, so
If I'm remembering correctly, I believe first badge was 15, second badge was 25.
Are we talking about trying to do the Charizard in bed?
no, so badge power was actually in the original Gen 1, Gen 2, I think.
Gen 1, yeah.
I think it was still on for Gen 2.
Oh, maybe it was.
But basically, it would give you a boost based off the amount of badges that you have, and that coincided. I think it was percentile based, if I recall.
So they actually gave you a bonus to your Pokemon with.
Uh-huh.
And it's been a long time
And
since
not
I
just-
played Red, Blue, or Yellow.
And not just that, every time you were to get hit,
So fucking weird.
or every time you would get your attack lowered or attack upped, whatever effect had on you, it worked on the badge each time. So if you
Yeah.
had 7 badges and you did somebody lowered your defense,
Flamethrower.
it actually, the defense would have been inert. It would have been equal because of the defense boost that you get with the Boulder badge, and then the rest of your stats would increase. So if you do something like a agility and it does it 2x for you, that it 2x's everything for you because of all the badges. So it got really, really broken with agility.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
Yeah, and no one could hit you either. So that's,
Yeah, because that's also how evasion works, is speed. I don't quite understand it. Evasion was this weird thing that they more or less did away with, kind of. At least competitively, they did away with it. They did away with it competitively. They're like, hey, look, you can't minimize. You can't double team in order
they
to...
got rid of those.
So they still have the moves, but you're banned from using it in tournaments.
Whoa.
There's a few things in tournaments, because I used to play a little bit of competitive back in Gold Silver, that are just like, nope, not allowed.
Look,
If we
you
were
get into things
going to
related
talk
like
about
SP breeding
competitive,
and shit, they're getting.
Yeah, so
yeah, if we were going to talk about competitive, my friend
Ditto, the
Frank would
ultimate
have been better
whore.
for that one.
Kiddo's the ultimate
He
whore.
still does
People
competitive.
farming fucking eggs and shit to try and get like just the right nature and just the right fucking EV balance. And
Oh,
shit.
I have no choice but to do that now because my friend Frank, like,
It's actually IV balance. EV is the one that you get from battling
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Whatever,
I have no
whatever the
choice.
guy from My Hero Academia does to his kids to try and make them work better.
You're talking about Flame Bro?
Yeah, whatever.
Todoroki's dad.
Endeavor. He fucking does that shit. He basically Pokemon breeds his fucking children. So yeah, whatever.
He wanted the
ain't wrong.
perfect. He wanted the perfect hero, and as it turns out, an Ice Queen with a Flame Lord kind of turns into an Edge Boy.
I kind of want to. Just want to scream United States of Smash, but it would rip everyone's eardrums, so I won't do it.
You
Yeah,
won't do it.
no. I'm already like hating the fact I can hear myself breathing this fucking shit.
I mean, maybe if you just didn't breathe so loud, you goddamn mouth breather.
Maybe that's also why.
I'm trying to like keep jumping here.
keep that here.
Bite me.
Fight me? Okay, I'll fight you. I'll fight you, Logan Paul, Andrew Tate, Jake Paul, Randy.
I already told you I know how to win against you.
I'll fight Randy.
I don't want to fight, man. I just want to like.
So then why are we talking about Pokemon?
I'll
Pokemon
talk-
is nothing but fighting.
That's true.
This is literally
Because a
just
Pokemon
dog
battle
fight,
is
cute
not-
dog fighting for children.
Exactly. This is why PETA was against it.
So that's a good point.
This is
PETA.
This is playing Michael Vick the video game.
Pretty much.
Too real.
So there's some other.
Mainly because there's actual dog Pokemon.
That's true.
Arcanine is the goodest of boys.
He's a
False,
legendary.
he's a legend.
Yeah,
He is the only legendary type Pokemon.
it is
Yeah.
evolution, legendary.
Up until Huswain, where he kind of changes.
Well, he was supposed to
I don't
actually
know.
fly, and then for some reason they took it away from him.
Well, yeah, no, but did they change his nature typing in Huswain?
Yeah.
Is
and,
it
and what?
Huswain.
And so-
the new Huswain Arcanine?
The one where he gets all
Oh.
floofy.
Oh yeah, what is he now?
He's
it's
not
like
that.
Ghost. They
Is
gave
he
Primate an
legendary still?
evolution. Primate's Ghost. He's
I
like,
think they got rid of the typing thing for when they went to that because I haven't seen the typing thing for Pokemon like at least in the Pokedex when I was playing the game. It's like usually it's like mouse type Pokemon with Pikachu.
Yeah.
Arcanine is legendary type Pokemon. Moltres is a bird type Pokemon because it's based off their type of
The
physiological.
animal that they're based off of.
Yeah, which is why Arcanine
Travis
is
is
legendary.
garbage.
That's awesome.
Fucking
What do you
ice
want
cream
from me?
cone. There's an ice cream cone Pokemon
It's
now.
literally garbage.
Yeah,
He's based off a pile of trash.
that's true.
Muck is based off of what? Well,
Sludge.
Yeah, Sludge. He has an
It's-
attack called Sludge. Snake.
Arbok.
Cobra.
Neck.
Muck.
Muck.
I love how Krabby is like a cute little, and then Kingler's like Goke.
Yeah, I remember that from the yeah.
Yeah.
What was up with Pokemon, like, in the English dub, just saying their names and shit, like, Ekans or Goffern? What is... Did they
guess-
do that shit in Japan? Is that how they sound in Japan?
Yes.
Yo, have you ever seen the Pokemon
Except
Origins?
It just sounds Japanese. so
Yeah,
you don't
Origins
know.
is good. I wish they made it longer.
That was good. That was good. That was.
Yo,
that
did
was
you
good.
see the uncensored
Pokemon-
Charmander
Poke-
scream, though?
Talk about Origins was good.
That
Alright,
shit
you
sounded
got it.
like it hurt.
Yeah, that was hardcore. It was
I don't know
adult.
whoever was doing the voice acting for that, but they fucking earned their throat washings.
Yeah. Speaking of voice acting, I've been listening to a voice acting podcast. Pretty solid.
Are you
Yeah.
better at voice acting now?
You tell me.
Are you voice acting now?
What is acting?
I think like trying to sound like someone else.
No, that's impressions.
Improv.
Well, I guess voice acting would just be like,
It's acting, but with your voice.
yeah,
Yeah. Impressions is different. That's just mimicry.
okay.
He can do pretty
Mimic
good
you.
impressions. He's pretty good with impressions.
I would never. I would never. Mimic you. That's a Pokemon.
It's a great Pokemon.
It's a silly Pokemon. It nullifies the first point of damage that you take.
Only had 151 back in the day. Do y'all know how to get Mew?
Was
With
he under the
the-
truck?
He was not
No,
under the
he's
truck.
not under the truck.
It was Game Shark.
Do you know how?
Are we going without cheating?
Well,
With
that's-
the missing nose?
You can actually do it technically
yeah, you don't have to do a Game Shark.
without the Game Shark.
Yeah,
Wait, there's a way to get Mew without a Game Shark?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? There
Yes.
was? The whole time?
Yes.
In red and blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Red, blue, and yellow. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
It wasn't under the truck?
It wasn't under the
It
truck.
was not under the
There's
truck.
nothing under that fucking truck.
Look, you take that truck, and you get back up, and you eat that truck.
You eat that
But we
horse.
all tried so hard to move it.
I actually didn't even know about the truck until over a decade fucking later.
It's not under the truck. No, it's not under the truck. But yeah, there's also the missing number hack / glitch.
And you accidentally
yeah.
put the rare
I-
candies in the wrong spot.
It's all right. I'll take
I-
999 Master Balls instead.
So what you had to do after you get out of Mount
Oh, we're
Moon,
back on Pokemon.
you had to heal, and then you had to defeat the Nugget 5 bridge. You defeat the Nugget 5, and then you defeat the dude at
Or
the
we
top.
talk about to get Mew.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you-
Oh,
so you
okay.
defeat the dude at the top, and when you go to the left, there's a giant patch of grass, and there's two ways that you can go. You can go down right next to the
Is this
your
after you beat
left.
red?
Yeah, it's red and blue. So right Nugget 5 bridge, make a left.
No, he's asking if it's after you beat
No.
Red.
Oh, no, no.
it's-
Trainer Red.
You could do it right after the Cerulean Gym.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. Well, no.
Yeah.
Do not fight the gym though. The Cerulean
Oh.
gym.
It's right after the Nugget Bridge.
Yeah, right after the Nugget
when you
Bridge.
get to Cerulean.
So you go all the way to the left, and then you go down, and then you hunt for an Abra, and you
You're an Abra.
You're a towel.
and then you go and you
towel. You're a towel.
you get
Nope.
I think you can only
You
get
guys wanna
Pokeballs
get
at that
high?
point,
No, Teddy, you literally are a tower.
and then
You're
you
being a towel.
however much it takes. You go and you catch the Abra, and then at that point, I guess you should heal your Pokemon again because you just did Nugget 5 Bridge. So teleport back to the Cerulean Gym, or not the Cerulean Gym.
I'm gonna hate editing
Pokemon
this.
Center. Heal it, and then what you do is you go to the Cerulean Gym.
No, what it was you would go up, go right before the trainer there, in that grass next to the
Just
Nugget
for
Bridge.
context, I'm tripping balls. This
And
is all
then
brand
you
new to me.
would walk just enough so he would notice you, immediately pause it and teleport back, and then when you went back, there would be a Mew.
Wait, what?
Well, no, you would have to fight because once you do that, you can't press start and you can't open your menu. So, yeah, that's true. What you would have to do, yeah, you're right.
So this is still technically glitching the game to make it work, though.
Yeah, but it's not no game shark.
Technically, But you
Yes.
don't need the Game Shark
Yeah.
for it.
So when you
It's built-in code that you unlock
You're
as opposed
exploiting.
to adding code.
Yeah.
So what you would do is what you said was right. After you do that,
think
you
what
go
you
and you
said was
fight
words.
the first person at the Cerulean Gym,
I'll fight you.
and then whatever after you beat her, you'll be able to open the game again, and then you'll go back up the Nugget Bridge. After you go back up the Nugget
You keep
Bridge,
saying Nugget Bridge, and I'm just like, I don't remember the fucking Nugget Bridges.
it's Cerulean City, right? To the
Hold
Nugget.
on. Weed nugget.
So as soon as you go back up there, your game will automatically have the start button open, so your menu opens. You just back out of it, and then Mew appears at level 7, but it's like a level, really like a level 14. It's really strong, and then you catch it, and then that's how you do it.
Huh. And then I think it has access to every type or move or whatever.
Yeah, every
right?
move.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And but there was was there
Before-
only one dragon move? And it was just Dragon Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A whole typing for one move.
Yeah. It was almost the same with Ghost type as well. It had Lick and Nightshade. No, not Nightshade. The one based off of level.
Well, that's because
Curse. Well, Curse was.
Shadow
Curse
Ball?
was later. Shadow Ball
No,
is
Curse it had. You could. Oh no. No, there's two curses. There's
yeah. So there's the one that affects others, and then there's the one that affects Ghost types.
it had Destiny Bond too. That was a ghost move.
Back in Gen 1?
Yeah, that was Ghastly. Ghastly had Destiny Bond.
Yeah, but you have to die in order to use it. It wasn't exactly a great move.
Yeah, no, it was not.
It was
Also,
still-
there was only fucking Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you see the realistic versions of those from that realistic? Have you seen the realistic Pokemon illustrations?
Yeah.
Which ones? There are so many.
You know, for the Ghastly and Gengar ones, they made them into like bats.
Which ones?
The one that has like an encyclopedia that's actually physically printed you could buy.
Yeah. I used to have it in my old place. I don't know where it is now.
Yeah, if you didn't have Mew because you didn't have no life, what you could have done as Mew Light was Nidoking. He had the second highest moveset in the game, and he had some great typings.
But Nidoqueen had the tits.
Look, you're into whatever you're into, all right? I'm not gonna judge too
I don't
hard.
even like Nidoqueen though.
Sleeping with a Nidoran's kind of cute, but sleeping with a whole ass Nidoqueen is a little.
It's a little sus.
Yeah, a little sus.
It's a little sus.
Sleep with your Lapani there.
Oh god. But
Batman, I
Yeah.
got some Lapani Batman.
most people
Oh,
would
Jesus,
use
no.
in the speed runs. They would use Nidoking.
I got this little. Not funny, bro. Batman. You know what I'm gonna do with it?
No, Joker, no. It's an animal Joker.
There's this YouTube video. You should check out YouTube sometime. I'm sure you've never heard of it. It kind of got viral. It's Joker catches Batman and ties him up, and he grabs a Lupani.
Oh no.
And Rule 34 may insist.
Joker, it's an animal.
Don't do it, Joker. It's an animal.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Wait, okay, we're
We were talking about Pokemon, not Lupani specifically. We get sidetracked a little.
I get it. Man. It happened.
There's a reason it's stumbling down history road and not just trip down memory lane.
So for the if you wanted to speed run, Nidoking was probably the best bet. Some people use
Nidoking was
Blastoise,
very good,
but-
yeah.
But
I was an idiot and went all fire basically because it's just like the fire Pokemons.
I've done an all water team, well, all water base, and then secondary typing was involved. That was during Heart Gold.
did you use Kabutops?
No,
Kabutops pretty cool.
no,
Water type.
neat.
Yeah. So what they would do is they would get a bunch
Please
of
pray to our spirally god.
Omnistar?
no, it's to the Helix fossil, Almighty Helix. They would go. And,
Oh yeah, we should mention that real quick because that is little
Twitch
tidbit
plays
for
Pokemon?
a little tidbit for Pokemon history.
The fastest religion to ever reach 20 million followers. Took 6 days.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
a
Twitch
part
plays
of it.
Pokemon. As it turns out,
Jeepers,
it
Jesus.
takes a very, very, very long time.
Took about 2 weeks.
Yeah. But it was done.
Yeah.
They beat it. They beat the Elite Four.
So
Did they beat the rival too?
for the
I
first.
think so.
Yeah. They beat everything.
Yeah. And then
Um,
after that, they went on to Gen 2, and that did nowhere near as good.
They still
The
did
sequel
it.
never
but,
does. Well, Return of the Jedi.
So for those of you that don't know about Twitch Plays Pokemon, who wants to explain it?
So there's this site called
Twitch.
Twitch, which YouTube doesn't like us mentioning. So
really?
yeah,
No.
they hate it.
I've never known.
So
that
we're
before.
never going to mention it again
Okay.
because nobody ever watches our videos. We're allowed to mention it right now. And they hosted a live stream. This was before YouTube Live of Pokemon, and chat had inputs that would affect what happened with the Pokemon game. So hilarity ensued, and it took a
Did they do it
solid
as a
2
Nuzlocke
weeks.
or was it a...
No.
Oh,
they
thank God
just
they didn't do
tried.
it as a Nuzlocke.
Nuzlocke is its own specific thing. We can cover that if
Which
anybody.
apparently Nintendo hates.
Wait,
Yeah.
they hate Nuzlocke.
Yeah, Nuzlocke considered
Yeah.
a hack.
For some reason, they consider Nuzlocke a hack.
How is it a hack?
It's literally just
So
a
there are-
rule set.
So there
Yeah.
are ones where you can get like random Pokemon generator Nuzlocks.
Oh.
Those I can understand being
No, that's a
hacks,
hack.
Yeah.
That's a definite hack.
Yeah.
but
Like, when you're
Nuzlocke
just
in and
doing
of
it-
itself is just hard mode.
Yeah.
But
Or I think
Yeah,
they also
so-
call it evolution mode, or Christian.
Yeah, but a couple of their official
but yeah,
people.
Oh, wait, yeah, you play, Pokemon
almost
Christian.
got released because they tried to do a Nuzlocke, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't want you doing this. You can't hack the game." And they're like, "We're not hacking."
Yeah, no, it was like official Nintendo players were like, oh yeah, we want to play a Nuzlocke for Nintendo. I'm like, no. Like, what? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
yeah.
This literally just came out like 3 weeks ago or some shit.
The T site plays Pokemon, not Twitter. Yeah, it took 2 weeks, and it was quite a travesty. However, it was quite fun too.
It was great. It was the most
And
beautiful
then Gamer
moment.
from Mars made a pretty good documentary about it.
We don't plug other channels.
I think
Fuck
it
that
was,
one guy that's sitting right next to me. We don't plug other channels here.
I think it was outside of that. The
I
only other
mean,
time.
History of Christian 69 just came out today, like an hour ago.
We don't plug other channels here.
Yeah.
The last time I saw the Pokemon community get together like that was, I think, Pokemon Go in 2016, which I couldn't even participate in. I was over in Kuwait. They didn't have Pokemon Go over there. It was bullshit. So
That's
I
because you
just
weren't
had a
trying
shitty
hard
phone.
enough.
I
You just
remember
weren't
when
trying hard enough.
I remember when it came out. Like, I had a friend that was really into Pokemon too, and we were both just sitting there, like, watching the trailers, like, when is it coming out? When is it coming out?
I literally just got Pokemon Go like back in February when I got a new phone.
I also
'Cause I
remember
made
when
you.
it came out. I remember when it came out because I was in A school, and everybody started gathering around certain spots.
And they had to ban it on bases because it was accidentally collecting the fucking base layouts.
yeah, we
Yeah.
got emails saying, "Hey, you can't play this on the flight line."
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Bad times, man. Bad times.
Pokemon has more
Military.
than once
Oh.
caused an international incident.
Military. Ugh. Who would have guessed? Yeah, lore being established. He was in the military.
Lord.
Enough.
That's all the lore you're getting.
I was a correctional officer. We've already been over that though.
Yes, we get it. You went to jail.
I can make you a swole. You ever have a swole?
No, not that time.
Oh, okay.
You ever have a buzz swole? It's Pokemans.
Yeah, I know the buzz swole.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a mosquito on fucking roids.
yeah.
It's literally tiny too. It's
Tiny,
like that big.
Oh yeah, it's like something like fucking giant. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, no. It is extremely small. Ultra Beast, which are not Pokemon?
Art will choice. Well, I mean, for fuck's sake, you could literally capture God in a Pokeball.
That's true. We should
Good
talk a little bit about Pokemon on our Pokemon podcast.
Fucking arts. You can literally capture God, by the way, if you
So-
play the game right.
What is the first Pokemon? Mew. Arceus. Rhydon. Bulbasaur.
Depends how you.
Genetically, it's
Ask.
Mew. Design-wise, it's Rhydon. Technically, God is Arceus, and then Bulbasaur is just Pokemon number 1 in the Pokedex.
Yeah.
So each one of these answers is right.
Yeah. Pokemon, it gets a little fuck sometimes.
Gets a little crazy.
But yeah.
You ever see some of the unused, like, Raichu?
Yeah, the sprites, they look amazing.
No lie, I actually like Raichu overall better than Pikachu. I like Raichu's design better than Pikachu, I'll say it.
Surf Bro.
I like Pikachu.
Yeah, hello and Raichu's okay.
Little cute baby Pokemon. Gen 2 was great for the baby
Gen 2
Pokemon.
was cool. It introduced a lot of things. Speaking of
Great.
Gen 2, now that we moved on from Gen 1, which we haven't even covered, let's talk about Gen 2.
Fucking around here.
So, well, we could.
It introduced a whole bunch of new things, like baby Pokemon, breeding. It introduced
Did it introduce the breeding?
It introduced the separation of church and state. I mean, special attack and special defense. It added 2 extra typings.
So, the good bridge for this is talking
Added
about.
female and male to
Oh,
all
yeah.
Taxation is not
Pokemon.
representation.
Well, not all, like Electrode and
Well,
then.
I'm
No
meaning
taxation
more
without
general instead of
representation. No
just
taxation without
Nidoran
representation.
female and Nidoran
Yeah,
male.
yeah. So
It-
most everyone was male.
I
or
mean,
female.
technically, I am a pastor.
Nice.
I'm
true.
ordained, yes.
Same.
Yeah.
Epic.
You're a pastor?
I'm technically ordained
Nice.
in 2 different things, actually.
Are you Jedi?
I really should get my Jedi while I'm at it. Fuck it.
My
I'm
friend
gonna-
Tyler has Jedi on his dog tags.
As it turns out, that is a legal religion.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm Dudist. I'm an ordained Dudist minister.
Nice.
I loved showing up with the Amicus sometimes.
Don't know the way.
Showing up with the Amicus sometimes on base and being like, "Oi, I get the Saturday off," and they were like,
I don't roll Shabbos.
and they were like, "No, I've seen you eat bacon." Oi, bacon is very good.
You don't want to
I get it for a good deal, half off. How could I not?
Poor Tepig. Poor little pig Pokemon. Never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Yo,
On
you
the
see
plus
this
side, he
One
can
is
cook himself.
really, really cute.
Yeah,
On the plus side, he can cook himself.
you can.
Fire type.
So the bridge between Gen 1
Have you
and
seen
Gen 2.
that guy who's like, oh, how I'll eat the Pokemon?
Who?
Have you seen the guy on the chef guy who's like, how I'd cook and eat certain these 5 Pokemon?
Yeah, that's from Good Mythical Morning, a channel that we. are
No,
plugging.
different. No,
No,
this
he is from.
Is he from Good Mythical
Yeah.
Morning, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Speaking of, don't subscribe to them. Subscribe to us. We're better. I'll fight you, Rhett.
Much better.
No, you don't want to fight him. He's got the herpes.
No, that's Link.
Is it Link?
It's Link.
What
Oh.
is
His hair goes up. The other one goes down.
You know how long it's been since I've actually
Throwback.
watched one of their fucking videos?
At least
since,
a day.
Since the last time Facebook decided, hey, you want to see one of their stupid videos for some reason in your feed? What is up with Facebook? Anyway, sorry. Anyway,
Facebook's weird. Pokemon.
Pokemon. Oh, I get plenty of Pokemon videos in my Facebook feed.
awesome?
Pokemon's weird.
So the Vermilion City construction project. If you remember in the first, in Red and Blue,
Nope.
in Vermilion City,
Don't remember.
you come down after you defeat the kid with the Butterfree, and
don't remember
to
this.
the left there's a Pokemon Center. To the
Are we
right,
back on Mew again?
no.
No.
This
This
is
is
Vermilion City, not
This
not
is the
us.
connection between
This
Kanto
is
and
where
Johto.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lieutenant Sarge.
Yeah. So on the right,
Ah, okay.
on the opposite side of the Pokemon Center, there's
were
an old
building.
man and a Machop, and they were stomping the grounds. And
Let's
what
make that sound again. Numerous times.
He peeked out the mic.
So the story goes is that Mr. Pokemon or Mr. Fuji, who's like president or mayor of Lavender
Mr.
Town.
World.
Mr. World?
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Mr. Worldwide, who's the president or mayor of Lavender Town, said that
Good old Pitbull.
his Lavender Town was not a very lucrative city because you didn't have a gym, It had a tiny department store, and the
Everyone
department.
considered it haunted.
Yeah, the department store to Saffron was like 1 town or 2 towns over. Or I'm sorry, Celadon had a giant ass department store. So the only thing it had was a free grave, like a free cemetery. Didn't have to pay anything to get in. Whereas at least
That's a good draw. Free? Oh,
yeah. So every other place
people
either
are
had a
just
gym-
dying to go in there.
Yeah, that was we don't. Do you have a bunch over there? I don't think.
Hi hat and a clap.
It's
or something
fine.
like
We don't need it. Ooh.
censorship though. Oh fuck. Oh, we gotta censorship.
Hey, Patrick, how the? Yeah.
Patrick, your genius is showing.
So anyway,
Oh god, this just unlocks so many new possibilities.
Oh yeah, I got 64 little things I can play around with.
jeez, that's so much.
Right?
It's almost as many Pokemons. Bringing it back
In Gen
around.
1. Almost as many in Gen 1. 151. And then it moved on to more.
We are now officially over 1,000.
Neat.
Yay!
You know what that means?
Isn't like the 1,000
start-
Pokemon of that?
Give me
fucking-
gold.
Yeah, it's that gold boy.
You know what that means? We gotta take it out back and shoot it.
Oh, give me gold, good
Widow gets
boy.
that boy. So
No, I
That's
think he
sponsored.
means the whole fucking franchise. Just take it out back and shoot the whole fucking Pokemon franchise.
Not sponsored.
Definitely not
Pokemon
sponsored.
sponsor us.
Game Freak, please sponsor us.
so
Nintendo.
they go back to
I'll hide. I won't fight you.
Mr. Pokemon goes back to Lavender Town.
Mr. Worldwide.
And he says that
Mr. Worldwide.
okay, what is something that Johto has that Kanto doesn't?
Mr. Worldwide.
And it's a radio tower in Goldenrod City. And it took the entire Johto region by storm. And he's like, okay, we really, really need this. But the only place to build it was on top of the Pokemon Cemetery. And the whole town was against it. So what he had to do is he had to stage a kidnapping. And what better way to do that than to have Team Rocket go and stage the kidnapping? And well, okay, well there's the
Is this all
kidnapping.
fucking actual lore for the games?
Yeah, so
Yes.
he
Holy
goes
shit.
in and the town's like, oh my god, what do we do? And now that he wasn't there, they could force a takeover and they could force him to build the radio tower on there. But what was happening was that all of Team Rocket's attacks in his construction company that Giovanni owned, they're all fighting type Pokemon. So the ghosts would just like destroy his fighting type Pokemon. They had no way to defend themselves. So he started the Sylph Scope, or the Sylph Company in Saffron City, in order to identify ghost Pokemon. He's going to mass produce it, give it to all his grunts, but then you, as the player, you stop him in Celadon City, you go to Lavender Town, and you rescue Mr. Fuji. And and then
gives
he,
you a Master Ball and shit, yeah.
and the reason why it's called the Vermilion City Construction Project, because Mr. Fuji and Giovanni agreed to move
Mr.
all the
Worldwide.
Pokemon to Vermilion City Construction, to that center. But then in Gen 2, when you go in, you see that there is a radio tower in Lavender Town.
So
but
when was the giant Pokemon War?
that was way
That was
back.
1982.
That was before Gen 1.
1982.
Okay, we'll go now, yeah.
So you see the radio tower in Lavender Town, but you do not see the Pokemon moved or a new cemetery in the Vermilion City construction project going. So that means that they built it on top of the graves, and every now and then a traveler from Johto will go in and still see, or a traveler from Kanto will see an old man and a Machop still stomping away for a construction city project that never finished. And that was the story. That's how the bridge 1 and 2.
I paid attention to 0 of that.
I was kind of in and out, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
It was cute, I'm sure.
oh, it's a great story. Like,
I am sure.
Oh, dude, there's so much fucking batshit lore,
Ugh, it's crazy.
apparently.
Like how they have, fucking literal deities, and I am the controller of God. I am the
fucking
controller of
fight
space
Satan
and time. Yeah, you fight a literal Satan.
Giratina.
There, yeah. It's like, I control all of the weather. I control the sun. I control the water. Like, all sorts of
And
silly
this
fucking
little
shit.
10-year-old kid just walks up and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna catch you now."
Hey, I'm a punch
Canonically,
you
you
with
can-
my... I'm gonna punch you with
can
my
tame-
Pokemon.
You can tame
Get in this
God
ball.
with nothing but your balls and headbats. You can tame God with your balls and headbats.
Yeah.
Master.
That's all canonical.
There's a lot of good stuff that you guys are missing in the manga.
We're not.
It's so good.
We're not.
So good.
It's not.
It's amazing.
Okay, so I got to chapter set, dude. I got to 70 and I couldn't get past 70.
See, as it turns out, not that good.
I don't
And
remember
he's
where
a-
I started.
He's a fucking weirdo. He
Oh,
likes things.
I read an ass whack of manga.
He knows.
I went through all of Gantz in a week.
Hey, fun fact. Did you know that your headphones are backwards?
I did not know that. They
That's
still
a
work.
fun fact.
Fun fact, you've been muted this whole time.
I'm just getting picked up from Randy.
Oh, bringing it back again with the jokes about you being muted.
Yeah, somebody's always muted.
Rip.
Although this time, it's not me.
Oh, who was it this time?
I hear everyone.
You don't hear anything. You don't hear
As
her.
long as we can.
Usually because she doesn't talk.
Very true.
This is me calling you out.
I know I don't talk.
You should try.
I have.
Have you tried talking? Sounds like you haven't tried talking.
So back in the day when the internet was
Jesus.
very lowly, that not a lot of information was on there.
Back when it was just the porn.
Back in my day.
I had
Do you know why YouTube was started?
07.
No.
No.
It was started to find a clip of Janet Jackson from the Super Bowl.
Yep. That's why it was started.
When did Janet Jackson do that thing with the Super Bowl?
05?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of lines up. So there wasn't a lot of literature on Pokemon out there when
Correct.
Gen 2 was there. So when I wanted to breed another Togepi, you know, flying with flying, I
You're like
I
3 gens in by then.
bred it with a. No, it's still Gen 2.
Yep.
I
Togepi was Gen 2. Its evolutions were Gen 3.
Yeah, but you saw Togepi in Gen 1 because of the anime.
because
though.
of Misty, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted another Togepi, so I evolved
Why?
Togepi into Togekiss because I just wanted one.
You're weird.
Because I didn't know that it
Who actually
evolved
likes
from.
Togepi?
I didn't know that it evolved from happiness. I thought it evolved at level 20 because my Togepi evolved at level 20. I didn't know what the fuck happiness was. I didn't know what happy meter is. So
It's okay. Nobody does.
so I went and I decided to breed my Togetic with my Pidgeotto. I bred that motherfucker like 28 times, and each time it takes longer to do, and it all kept going out to be a male Pidgey. And I found out what happens is that if you are breeding a let's say like a male Rhydon and a female Donphin, it will most times turn into a male version of what the mom is,
Wailord and the Skitty.
and it will.
You can do that.
learn-
They're fairy types.
and it will know the dad's moves. So you could have a Rhydon that knows
Have you
Earthquake.
seen a comic about that actually?
You'd have Earthquake, you'd have Return, any other amazing, fantastic moves, and the Fanfi will come out knowing Earthquake and Return and all these amazing shit. But
Yeah, so you can breed moves, you can breed IVs, you can breed nature, you can breed typing, you can breed all sorts of dumb shit.
so I didn't know at the time that it
It's
was
okay.
actually
it's okay.
coded
You're better now.
that
I think.
Togepi is always going to be a male, no matter how many times you restart. And so yeah, that was a huge waste of time.
As it turns out, that story was a huge waste of time.
And that is why you do Ditto.
The duo?
No, do the Ditto.
Ditto.
The duo.
Everybody knows you do.
The duo.
Ditto can be whatever you like, baby.
Ditto can be whoever you like.
I never bothered doing typing. I just went.
That was a big.
I have a
over there.
Ditto. Here you go.
Oh, it was so good though. Like you ever breed like an Arcanine and Eradicate,
No.
and then the Rattata knows like Flame Wheel at level 7. It's like what? Why is this not supposed to happen? This is great.
Yeah, you can get all sorts of silly egg moves. That's what they're called. Egg moves.
It's fantastic.
Interesting.
Breeding. Yeah, it gets funky.
Corsola knows like Dragon Rage and Whirlpools. Like what? This is
And
insane.
then the church gets back involved again.
The church. As it turns out, the church not useful for very much.
Wait, what is it? Christian mode? You can't evolve.
Oh
the
yeah, sorry. I'm
Pokemon?
gonna fight the church.
Is that I've never heard. Wait, so that makes sense though. You can't evolve the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a playing Pokemon on Christian mode. You can't do evolutions. I can't. I think you have to take like every 7th day off or something like that.
Oh my
Yeah, it's like it's one of those weird, silly moves or rule sets that people just kind of add. But somebody did it to Christian themes because they're jackass.
It's amazing. The what's your favorite way to play a Pokemon game? Is it
The normal way. I
Or is
don't
it like
know.
a Nuzlocke? Is it the Christian mode? Is it the
Nope, just the normal way. I never
Normal.
even finish them anyway.
I do Nuzlocke Light.
What is Nuzlocke Light?
So, it's kind of like my own self-imposed rules of it. I'm sure it has like an official name somewhere. I only give myself 6 Pokeballs to use,
Oh.
so I have to use, including the starter and the forced legendary, because you're forced into a legendary.
Wait, which one?
Depends on the game.
Wait.
You're
you're not forced into.
Yes, you are. In like 9 out of the 10 stories, 9 out of 10 times on the stories, you have to catch the legendary in order to progress the story.
Yep.
Not the first 2 gens.
I said 9 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
There's been more than 10 games.
Okay. All right. Fair point. Fair point.
We're on Gen 8 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
Gen 9 now.
I
Is it
got Gen 9 now.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
day is Gen 9.
But yeah, so with that, that eliminates 2 of them. So I have 4 other Pokemon that I can use to fill out my team. And if that Pokemon dies, then I lose that ball. It's just gone. If it ever faints.
That's hard.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like Nuzlocke weird.
Yeah, that's a hard one. My favorite is
I just try and catch every Pokemon because that's what the whole
Yeah.
goal is. Fill your Pokedex.
Well, no.
I
catch every
I beat
Pokemon.
the Elite Four that way, and then after that, I have fun with it. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just go.
there was one.
I haven't beaten Elite Four since Gen 3, I think.
What's your favorite way to play? Since you asked us.
Mine was the. I
gonna
don't know
keep
what
hitting
it's
them.
called. Want to make that sound again? For the. I don't think they can hear it.
That's
Oh, they
picking
can
up a
hear.
little bit.
My favorite.
Hold on, I got you.
I don't want it. I don't want it. Oh, I actually don't like that, like, at all. It's okay. I think my favorite way to play is when you don't catch Pokemon to use. You can only use Pokemon that you're given. And so I choose
There's a
yellow.
couple givers.
I don't
Yeah,
use.
there are some giving ones.
I don't use.
And I think there's a
the
couple
3.
trades in them too, yeah.
Yeah, so the traded one is you get a, I think, I don't know what they ask for, but you get a Machoke, and as soon as they trade it to you, you get a Machamp. So I get that one. There's Marcel, who's
I think
the.
it's an Abra they want.
There is one where I think you have to give him an Abra. It's for Marcel. It's for Mr. Mime. So you give him an Abra. That's after you get out of Digltt's cave. You go to that.
I remember trying to gamble to get a fucking Scyther.
You said Diglett.
What
What about a Dragonite? Dratini. Dragonair. Yeah.
No, I think I was going for the Scyther because he had the
Yeah.
he had the
Scythe.
knife hands.
Yeah, he's dope. So when you
Scizor.
have,
Great Pokemon.
so if you only have Pikachu, Machamp, and Mr. Mime, so it's a pretty dope team. But you have to worry about over leveling because your Pokemon are
How do you
traded.
over level? Just get it to 100.
Well, no, that's because they grow so quickly because they're traded. They get an additional boost in experience.
And then they stop listening to you.
Yeah, so
Yep.
so like fighting
yeah.
Sabrina is really hard when your Machamp won't listen to you. Yeah,
Especially Machamp.
because he's fighting. He's weak to that psychic. But yeah, that's one of my favorite ways to play.
It's like, she's
That's
about
all
to
right.
kill you. Would you listen?
Can I get the Arcanine? All right, let me get the Arcanine quick, and then
Nope.
every other Pokemon I'll try and find at some point.
Nope, sorry. That's not part of the rules.
I'm
That's
pissed that they
his
only
rules.
just made the fucking Arcanine. Like, how do they go? Like, you have Mega Evolutions, fucking Galar forms and shit, and you're like, oh, okay, now we have a Hisuian, Arcanine, and Growlithe.
As it turns out,
One of the most popular
they
Pokemon.
did the same. They did the same with a lot of other Pokemon. I mean, how many fucking starters were snubbed of a Mega?
It's true.
A lot.
I think the first 3 gens all got Megas at least, right?
No.
No.
Just the first
If I
2.
remember correctly,
There's
I
no
liked
Megas in that.
Meganium doesn't have a Mega.
I liked the Mega thing.
So
The Mega designs were pretty good.
Gen 2 doesn't have any Megas, if I recall.
Yeah.
Gen 3 has Blaziken, and that's it.
No, Swampert has a Mega, doesn't it? No?
Yeah, Mega Swampert. I forgot about that one.
Mewtwo has 2 for some reason.
Yeah.
Mewtwo has 2, Charizard has
Charizard's
2.
Charizard makes sense. Mewtwo kind of makes sense.
Charizard doesn't make sense.
Dude, he's one of the fucking Pokemon.
He's like,
He's
Ooh,
like
he's one of the
the-
Pokemon.
You-
One
you
of
know,
a thousand
he's
Pokemon.
He's like one of the face Pokemon
Yeah,
that's
he's
like
like
on
one-
the front cover. my dude.
probably the most popular outside
So
of
is
Pikachu.
Blastoise.
Like second to like Pikachu. It's like Pikachu and Charizard, like the two Pokemon
Yeah.
you know.
Like Blastoise is the best
And maybe
out of the three,
Eevee.
but Charizard is the most popular.
because everybody's got an evolution. And if you say Vaporeon, you're fucking weird.
Yeah.
Vaporeon's got a lot of
Glaceon.
HP.
What'd you say?
She's
Well,
like,
he was talking about favorite evolution, so I said Glaceon. That's mine.
I actually like Vaporeon because it knows an ice move, and it's really good for.
No,
it is
we're
a-
judging you now.
It is a great. It is a great team.
It is a horrible thing to have eyes.
It is.
you
It
know,
is a
like
good.
Vaporeon.
It is a good. A good Pokemon in terms of,
Yeah,
or at least it used to be.
and,
130 BHA stat. Ugh.
yeah, its HP is dope, and again, it can learn an ice move. It can learn an ice beam. So you
It has
can
good coverage.
hack
Yeah.
up. You can hack up Lance and his dragons.
For me, to be honest, the main reason Glaceon's my favorite is basically
Because you're wrong.
my best friend gave me my first shiny Eevee, and that's what it happened to evolve into when I was just traveling around.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so I'm like, you are adorable. You are now my favorite evolution.
I think design-wise, technically it's Jolteon, but I just choose Fire because I always do the Fire branding thing. But design-wise,
Jolteon's really good. Jolteon's really cool. But for me, it's Umbreon.
A lot of defense for Umbreon.
Tanky boy. And he
But-
just looks so cute. Look at him. What you do?
I like Espeon though in Gen 2. Espeon's got that psychic power.
Yeah, Espeon's got that weird tail.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking weirdo.
with Vaporeon weirdo.
I like it. You could,
What's wrong with you?
You
don't
like
have to answer
the
that.
weird. You like the weird evolutions.
Legally, you are not required to answer that.
oh, all right. I mean, I don't know. It's probably a good.
Wait, have you not seen the Vaporeon thing?
No.
Oh God.
I'm guessing that's.
After it's
If
bad.
I don't have my phone on me, it's
Alright.
not a good time to have eyes.
We gotta start wrapping up.
Oh, jeez.
This man's gotta catch a flight.
I gotta try to get like an
It's
hour's
okay. I
sleep.
still got till at least 5 o'clock in the fucking morning for myself going on.
For you, yeah. This
Oh,
man does
yeah.
not. All right, so
That is still kind of swirling right now. So
we attempted to cover some history of Pokemon. I think we did.
We got a couple gens in. We're
I think-
part of a couple gens.
I think that we covered
Something.
very little, mostly due to story time.
Had a.
just kind of having fun.
Story time with Randy.
Although we
This is
did,
all your fault.
History of the
weirdly
cards.
enough, I didn't do a fun callback to any of the previous episodes this one.
No, we did not do any callbacks.
we didn't do any callbacks.
Fuck it, war crimes.
I'm sure there was war crimes in the Pokemon.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
There's
God,
war
yeah.
crimes in Pokemon. Stay for the adorable. Come for the adorableness. Stay for the war crimes.
Oh no, the Pokedex entries are fucking weird.
Yeah. That's callback to Gundam. Callback to marijuana.
Oh, the
Dark
tennis.
Have
Area.
you
Yeah.
seen Leafeon?
It's the
Yeah, I know about the great Pokemon. Yeah, I was trying to bring that up before. I just kind of glossed over it a little bit.
Have you seen some of the Pokemon? Some of those motherfuckers are high as all shit. Weed Kitty. Ugh.
I said
Hey.
Weed Kitty before.
Yeah, that's episode 2 callback. Episode 3
Sprig might just be my new fave.
Horror
Crazy.
movies.
horror movies. We got to bring it back. Horror
Ghost-
movies.
Ghost Pokemon.
Ghost
horror
Pokemon
scary.
horror. I mean, Sabrina's technically part of Team Rocket. So
Is
is
she
Lieutenant
now?
Surge
Yeah.
and.
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
no!
in the
In the manga, half the gym leaders are part of Team Rocket, and then the other half aren't, and they're fighting.
Dude,
And there's
it's
like this
epic
weird.
battle.
They even have like an Eevee that can go through the different Eevee evolutions because it has like
Yeah.
a special stone attached to its collar or some shit.
Yeah, all three of them.
Arbok gets killed, like chopped in half. You've never seen the Arbok gets chopped in half
No,
manga?
I did
horror.
not.
Yeah, dude. It's
Oh no, yeah, no. Like you straight up see like the inside, like Arbok gets killed.
Well, Arbok gets cut in half.
Call back to
but-
episode 4.
But he doesn't get killed because that particular Arbok. Because
The music.
in the manga, depending on the pattern on Arbok's chest, will determine what special ability it has. And that Arbok happened to have the ability of regeneration, so he does come back. But
Oh, okay.
but in that major battle where I forget who's
Well, yeah,
attacking
I mean, his
Pewter
head
City.
was still there, so yeah, his whole head. Yeah,
But someone was attacking Pewter City, and
It
Brock.
was like Blaine. Blaine was Team Rocket.
well, Blaine was
he
also
becomes
on
like
the
a
side.
fucking Mew. I think Blaine becomes Mewtwo or something.
Well,
in
Blaine
like 2.
injects some Mewtwo cells into himself, and injects some cells into himself
he
into
be-
Mewtwo.
yeah, like-
and his arm's about to like fall off because of it. But he's the only one that can control Mewtwo.
Remember, guys, don't inject Hashirama cells.
So,
It's a fucking Naruto reference.
so when all of Pewter City's on fire, and Brock's like, "How do I defend this?" And he just starts thinking. He has like
He
a brain
opens up his
blast from
eyes and
Jimmy
makes his
Neutron.
hyper beam himself. You ever seen that? Brock? I think it's like his Snorlax when he opens his
Yeah.
eyes, it's a hyper beam. So
did
it's
not
like
expect
Brock
that.
opens his eyes, it's a hyper beam.
So he tells all his. I'll go after this. He tells all his Graveler to grab his Geodude and seismic toss them. So all his Graveler yeet the Geodude up into the air.
Tells his
And he's-
Graveler to grab his dick.
He says, "Now Geodude, harden." And then they become a fucking missile, and they. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. You guys have to fucking read it. So good, so good. Okay.
No,
that's-
the manga goes places.
yeah, dude, we think that Red dies, like Lorelai basically fucking.
Like all the
Marks 'em.
protagonists become stone at some point, I think, for a while. Yeah, it's,
They murk Red and Pikachu like yell. Oh god, it's so good. You gotta go read it. Gotta go read it.
All right, we're gonna let this man go. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it for the night.
already.
Almost.
I'm giving him a few minutes,
Whatever.
Love you guys. Bye.
but I'm not including that because I already included different things.
You're just making
If you
faces.
want to, do a little fucking shout out right now, go for it.
Oh, okay. That you're not gonna air? Yeah. Subscribe to the real Randy Chavez.
Don't. Have a good night.
Love you guys. Bye.
Not sponsored.
Bye. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.